Alrighty then, so this is going to be the supplement anti-hangover experiment follow-up video. I just want to clarify a few things. One, I didn't really mention milk thistle because it just went over my head. If you guys don't know, it actually protects the liver and it could be used during alcohol consumption. Well, not during, but I'll get more into details with it. Also, the other thing that I want to clarify is that I ended up switching the dosages because I felt like at the time it was way too much, and I'll just go ahead and get into the details. Alright, so I ended up starting my day at 8 a.m. and the first meal I ate was rice with potatoes, and the second meal I had was I ended up heating up some extra virgin olive oil and I ended up cooking 2 eggs. That was about it. I probably should have eaten more, but I'll get into more details with that. So I ended up taking 800 milligrams of NAC and 1 gram of vitamin C. On top of that, I also ended up taking 1 gram of glute. This was all done before I started drinking, by the way. I also ended up taking about 500 milligrams of DHM. This was all done before I started drinking, by the way. I also ended up taking about 500 milligrams of DHM. Alright, so let's talk about milk thistle. I know I didn't mention it in my previous video. I don't know why it went over my head, but I ended up taking like around 650 milligrams of milk thistle before I started drinking. Oh yeah, and I can't forget that I also took 1 tablet of the vitamin B complex right before I started drinking as well. Okay, so by nighttime, which would be 8 p.m., I was already hammered. I was pretty much done with drinking for the day, and also a pretty good indicator for me. I don't know if this is true for everyone else who drinks. I know when my body has enough when my head starts hurting, because that's just a bad sign. So for me, I want to stop right when the headache starts. Alright, so remember how I ate the rice with the potatoes, and after that, at around probably 11 or 12, I ate the 2 fried eggs. Well, that ended up biting me because I didn't eat anything in between those hours all the way till 8 p.m. And right when my head started hurting and I stopped drinking, I felt the nausea come in. And what I did for this was I ate half of 1 slice of toasted bread, and after that I ate 6 crackers, and that pretty much sealed the deal. I didn't really feel nauseated for the rest of the day. So yeah. Right, so after I stopped drinking, I waited an hour, and it was probably like around 9 p.m. already. And I ended up taking 1 gram of vitamin C. I also ended up taking 1 gram of glutathione. Now, for the glutathione, what I like to do is I like to open up the capsules, put the powder under my tongue, and let it dissolve, because I heard that's better absorbed than if you were to drink them. Well, for the headache, I ended up drinking some more water, and I also ended up taking 3 grams of glycine. Okay, so my world started spinning, and that's an effect that you get when you drink, or, when you get fucked up. So for that, I ended up taking, I was going to say 100, 800 milligrams. Not 100, but 800 milligrams of DHM. And what this supplement does is it actually kills the buzz. It sobers you up somewhat. Not a lot, but it ended up working for me because 30 minutes later, even though it was tolerable, the world spinning effect that the alcohol had on me pretty much disappeared or went away. Alright, the last thing I ended up taking was Purple Tree electrolytes, and this was coconut flavored. My dumbass thought it was going to be powder, so what I ended up doing was I ended up filling a big ass cup. And yeah, right when I poured it down, I had a spoon ready to mix that shit in, but nope, it was just drops. It was pure liquid drops. So I had to drink the entire thing. It was the most disgusting thing I had. Well, that's because it's not Purple Tree's fault. It's just I'm not a big fan of the coconut flavor. Never was. But if you are, more power to you. And for the second pack, I learned better. Trust me, I did. I opened the pack, I poured the drops on my mouth, and then I drank it real quickly. So we arrive at the end of the video, and I know what you guys are thinking. Did it work? And all I have to say is absolutely, it's amazing. I thought I was going to wake up and have to tell you guys the bad news that, oh, I have a slight headache. I feel nauseated. I'm puking a little bit. I feel really, really shitty. But nope, I actually feel pretty great. It's like a regular day. It's as if I didn't drink at all the following day. Now, I ended up drinking yesterday and not on New Year's Eve. I do want to clarify that. Today is the day that I was supposed to have the supposed hangover, but the stack actually worked. My experiment actually worked. I never seen anyone actually use the stack before, so here you guys go. It worked for me. Not sure if it's gonna work for everyone else. Now, I do want to say a thing though. You do have to take some time to sleep. My ass stood up till midnight, and I didn't make it past 1 because during 1 a.m. I ended up going to sleep, so I ended up getting 7 hours. I recommend you get either 6 to 8 hours. So will this work for you? You are able to put in the hours of sleep that I ended up getting or recommending, which is 6 to 8. I would definitely go with the yeah. But if you're one of those people that think, oh, tomorrow I gotta work, so will this work? Uh, it will lower the symptoms, but you actually have to get some sleep. And so if you're one of those people that wakes up early in the morning to go to work, which is a lot of you, sorry to say, uh, don't try it. I ended up drinking during the weekend, Saturday, and it's now Sunday. I don't really have to do jack shit. So yeah, this supplement was a success. I'm not overhyping. I'm not over exaggerating the results. This is how I feel. If you again, like I said, if you try it, make sure you comment. Make sure how you felt the following day. Now, for the end of the video, I'm gonna leave a chart of the dosages and the supplements I took one last time, just so you guys can read it, just so you can look at it. It's not gonna be a fancy ass chart, so don't be expecting that shit. It's gonna be one that I made, so don't expect quality shit here. Okay, so yeah, all I have to say is Happy New Year's, Happy 2022. I want to say things are gonna get better, but with all the shit that's going on and with the amount of stupidity that people have been showing throughout 2020 all the way to this year, I'm gonna say probably things are gonna get worse. Call me a pessimist, but I'm pretty optimistic in my predictions. Either way, guys, stay safe, stay strong, and again, Happy New Year.